Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome back to Black Book, and we are trying to get into the Vaudillon's domain. Now, let us continue on our way. And be careful. The longer we take here doing things, the more likely there are demons to cause trouble. Let's just quickly see if there's anything this gentleman has to sell for us.
Be wise and go forth. Knowledge.
Right. That's good. So it's when they heard us to get waste. That's nice because we do a lot of waste play. Let's grab that. I think we already have access to those. We have access to those ones, and the restoring companions abilities in here. Right. Pretty sure it was. Unless I've gone blind. Oh, okay, maybe I didn't have access to it.
Wisdom will enter your heart, and
Grab that. There we go. Have it in our book if we ever need it. Okay, let's get back on the road. The Upper Ornell, a small fishing village east of Hell's Lake. They say that around here everyone has seen a mermaid at least once.
The sun is setting when you see the village of Verkhny O'Neill. You pick up the pace. You need to get to Hell's Lake before dawn.
Hurry to the lake, question the spirits, question peasants, question the peasants.
The villagers show you the shortest route to the lake, warning you about the dangers on the road.
Excellent. Always talk to the locals. Okay. Pine Grove.
Pale moonlight falls on rotten and broken trees. You feel the presence of leshis, or some other evil spirits.
Ask permission. Let's draw a circle.
Protection from spirits comes in handy. Suddenly, shorts fly from all over. The detritus seems to be their doing.
Okay. So, we got... I'm pretty sure we're immune to curse. I think we're immune to curse. We should be immune to curse. So we need to kill this person down quick then. And then we'll go and get some armor up. Okay, excellent. Can't be cursed. Okay. Let's hit that. And we'll start hitting that. We're going to take a bit of damage from that, unfortunately. Not a lot we can do. Yeah, took 5 damage from that. Okie dokie. More curses. That's fine. They can't hurt us anyway. Bit of damage up. Let's just finish him off. Nice and quick. Right, we get... do we have this one yet? I don't know. But this is a really good card to have. Yeah, we didn't have it unlocked, but we have it now. Excellent. I probably need to build up a new deck as well, to be honest. Yeah. This one's working okay for us for now, but I may start needing to have to involve more of the new seal cards. One thing I have noticed while playing this game, this is one of the things I always had issues with deck building games. It's more like a puzzle game than it is strategy, especially with some of the things here. The swamp. The swamp is overgrown with moss that looks like the back of some huge beast, particularly buried underground. I've heard stories of the Manut. Could this be it?
A pine tree, cracked by lightning, stands by the edge of a swamp. You know that lightning can be useful, and come closer. The tree is blackened and split in two. Strangely, the air is still filled with the smell of a thunderstorm. Your search soon bears fruit. You find a thunderstone. You pluck the stone from inside the charred pine and go on your way.
This is really interesting. A lot of prehistoric arrowheads, like basically Neolithic arrowheads and the like, Mesolithic and Paleolithic arrowheads, a lot of them were early on in human history believed to be stuff like fairy arrows or like from lightning. That's one that's actually quite nice for us. That's to bless, strengthening our bless, which is always very nice. What can we use? Strengthens bless. Yeah, I'm gonna switch that out. Bless is really good. Actually, but no. But bless is always useful. How many bless cards do I have in the book? My current build. Got 2. Only got 2 bless. Actually, that's not that useful then. If we're being honest. I mean, I should really swap out. Well, that's not well versed, which means that gets stronger, or this doesn't. I do have Refresher's Companion's ability card, which is nice, but we'd have to draw it. Okay. Skit.
You enter the serene, piney woods. Soon after, you find the source of light. There is an old izba amongst the trees, leaning comfortably on a branching pine. With a quiet squeak, the door opens, and a hermit welcomes you.
I have never thought a witch would come and visit me.
Why do you think I'm a witch?
I feel evil spirits a mile away.
You're calling me an evil spirit?
Come on, don't be mad. Could Providence bring you here? Have a rest. I've put the samovar on and lit it with juniper branches. I have a request to you.
Drink some tea.
All right, bring your tea.
You drink the tea and rest a bit.
Health is restored.
So I might be a witch, but who are you?
I'm a hermit, and this is my skeet. I live here, far from worldly things, and serve God. There's plenty of holy saints, and the simple folk have plenty of troubles. So I pray here for the holy spirits to help our people with their troubles. I hope they can hear me.
Folk saints, based on church menologies, Russian folk menology was also developed. Christian holidays were reinterpreted and fused with local ceremonies, rituals, and beliefs. Christian saints were imbued with miraculous abilities of the patrons and intercessors, serving as the protectors of the home, the people, livestock, farms, and crafts. St. Nicholas, for example, favours not only sailors but also wild animals, agriculture, beekeeping, and construction. St. George, Ergi the Brave, is known allegory the Brave in Russian, is the patron saint of cattle. He is known as the wolf shepherd, who also serves as the patron saint of hunters. Amongst the peasantry, the cult of the Virgin Mary was also different from how the church depicted her. She was more down to earth and made her presence known in everyday activities. She's more sympathetic and acts as a helper in difficult situations, a protector against evil spirits, and an intercessor in heaven. She's the patron saint of maidens, women, and those in labour.
What's your request?
I think you can handle it. Some hunters recently passed by here, but they never left, even after the ice drift. I followed them. Their camp isn't far from here. Their things are all in disarray, as if they never left in the spring. But there's no sign of them. I felt evil spirits there, but I haven't seen anyone. Please, find where the demons kidnapped them.
The camp is to the south, you say? I may drop by to find out what happened to them. Show me the way.
Listen, witch. Try to get off this road. There's nothing but trouble for you at its end.
Right, Hunter's Camp.
You follow the directions of the hermit, and soon come to a clear glade. You notice fir branches and a gap fire. It's clear that the hunters camped here.
Let's have a look around. The gap fire is almost completely burnt out. No one leaves fires like this behind the forest. If you want to know what a gap fire is, a gap fire is basically where you take 3 logs, put 2 down and 1 on the top, and you basically make like a pyramid shape or a triangle shape, and you light the fire in between the gap of the first 2, and it sort of burns up. And it's a good way, and you put a log on top, and it's a good way of controlling the fire and also having a steady burn. Yeah, useful herb.
Some of the hunters' things are still scattered about here. You manage to find one of their clumsily written diaries and a small pouch with silver rubles.
Take the rubles.
You take the old pouch.
Read
It's difficult to make out anything from the illiterate scrawlings of a peasant. They consist mainly of hunting observations and notes. Your attention is drawn to a strange passage. February. Old man knocked on the door. Frozen. Started dying during the night. Suffered long. Maybe a Khaldoon. Died only in the morning. Would be better if I took down the main beam. February later. Going home soon. Bad sleep at night. Something makes noise in the dark. Scary. February later. Yvonne disappeared at night. Going home. Everyone scared. This is the last entry.
That's interesting. The axe is covered in rust. tracks. They glow blue. Some chord has been here. I can follow them. Excellent. And some herbs. Okay, let's do one final sweep and then we'll be on our way. That looks like it.
You've found traces of the evil spirits, and now can go searching for the missing hunters.
Let's get down here to the warehouse.
A foul silence hovers over the shed. You take a step and wince. A dry branch under your foot breaks with a loud crack, like a dry bone.
Okay. I don't have a lot of bless cards. This won't be useful. Having his ability come on quicker is much more useful for me. Okay. These kind of things used to be quite common, these kind of raised hunting storerooms. Because obviously if you're a hunter you have to have ways of storing your game, because otherwise you have to cure it all where you kill it. So they used to have places like this where you could take the carcasses and sort of hang them up and stuff. Let's see what's inside.
The rotten stairs lead inside. You notice a sweet stench.
Okay. What do we have? Soul pool vampirism. Okay. So this is a vampire. You can summon minions as ethereal. Okay. So we can't hit it with attacks. We need to dispel it. There's not a lot we can do this turn besides put waste on it and get our piety up. This is basically like a puzzle fight. I have played a little bit more in my downtime with this game. Not with this save, but with a new save. And I have found that a lot of the boss battles, a lot of like the harder battles basically become like this. They are very much like puzzles that you need to figure out how to solve. To be able to basically win. Okay. We're not going to be able to block all his attacks, unfortunately. So a little bit of damage will go through. And he heals himself for 19. Okay. We can get rid of some of his... Man, that sucks. Because he's got to be hitting us for a lot. This is the thing. When it comes to these particular boss battles, when you have an enemy that's very specialised like this, you have to customise your deck. So if we look at it like here, we know his main spiel is going to be attacking us with a vampiric ability to drain health from us. Unfortunately, we don't have a good deck as stands right now. We can't do a lot to basically counter that. And our spells which we will be using right now won't be really that good at stopping him. Because he's got ethereal up. Got rid of ethereal at least. But yeah, as it stands right now, he's going to keep just punching us in the face. And there isn't a lot we can do, unfortunately. Let's boost that up. all we can do is hope to negate. We have to negate some of his stats that he has. Okay. Yeah, he's getting vampirism up. We need to get rid of his vampirism. Because that's really bad. I don't have anything that gives waste. We just have to do it with the best we have. As you can see with this puzzle, the main way that you counter him is that you need to get basically rid of his vampiric stack. Okay. Because he's going to hit us for a lot of damage. Don't know if I'll be able to tank it all, that's the problem. Let's get some regeneration on. No, he's going to get a heal off on us. See, yeah, he heals. A lot. And there's not a lot I can do right now to counteract that. Okay. This is going to hurt because we don't have a lot of armor. Yeah, and he heals a lot. We need to get something to remove that stack of his. Unfortunately, that doesn't look like we're going to get the case this time. We just have to try and hit him for as much as possible. Yeah, he's going to heal a lot of that. See, he healed all that because we couldn't block it. And he's giving himself more vampirism. Fantastic. That's going to hurt us. Because we hurt ourselves, he got health back. I forgot about that. How annoying. Okay. No, I can't let him actually hit us. Like, he's just getting too much health back. That should stop him from getting any health back at all. Okay. Just have to try and overwhelm his ability to regen. He's got to get some health back. Oh no, he died from the poisoning. Fantastic. What do we want? Prize, distinct, blue stone. Ooh, regeneration. Swipe. Double. No, I got to get regeneration.
The Eretnik collapses lifelessly. It seems to be a Khaldun that's been buried improperly. With a heavy heart, you cut the tendons on his feet and leave him for the crows to feast. He won't be able to walk among the living now. You remember the hunter's notes. It seems like the dead man took vengeance on the peasants for his violent death. No one inherited his knowledge or tried to relieve his suffering by dismantling the Izba's ceiling. You sigh and hope that when your time comes, you will not meet the same fate.
They believe when you die you have to dismantle the ceiling so your soul can escape. Right here. Now a good thing is, with this, is that with this stick here, which we haven't built up, is that I tend to leave, like, after playing a bit more of this game, you need to basically have a trick deck. A trick deck is predominantly one you use against bosses, because bosses in this game, unlike a normal fight where it's about tactics, it's more like a puzzle that you have to solve.
A foul stream runs through the swamp. You notice two figures sitting on a stone beside it. Through the silence of the night, you hear cold laughter and a muted conversation. The transfixed fisherman watches the rusalka that coils around him with glassy eyes. The claws of the spirit glisten in the moonlight. This is a recent acquaintance of yours. She jumps when she notices you. As soon as the demon looks away, the peasant comes to his senses. His eyes clear up, and he flees in horror.
You again, witch. Feeling jealous of my boys? Sure you are. After all, they're all fine lads.
Tell me, where did you hide the brine from the factory?
Oh, witch. I have no time to answer your silly questions. But some of my old friends do. Have fun!
The rusalka dives into the river, laughing.
Right, so these guys are coming out. Armor up. And just straight up damage. That's fine. That won't kill him outright. That will, though. So we do a nice piece, chunk of damage straight off the bat. Okay, so it's got to get armor up. Yeah. That's fine. It's going to try and do compose on us, which is an annoying ability. Not enough to get through his armor, unfortunately. Leave those cards in the cycle. There we go. Decompose is nasty. It basically gives you a stack of rot every turn. Or a stack of waste, which is always a pain to deal with. I just want these guys dead, to be honest, because they're taking up a lot of my time. There we go. Curse isn't such a bad one to have. I'll grab it. Okay. On to Hell's Lake.
You effortlessly find the fisherman's camp. The peasants have already built a fire and are preparing for a night of fishing.
Let's have a look around.
You come upon the fisherman's belongings. One of them left his wallet among the ropes.
Yeah, let's not take his money. The fire attracts the fish. I looked this up. This is a real thing, which is really cool. Like I said, I played more of this game in my downtime, so I sort of wanted to get a feel how long the game would take to complete and like what to expect out of it. As the game goes on, the boss fights become more and more puzzle-like, which is interesting. Adam's head, there we go.
Oh, Christ almighty! What are you doing here? I thought the Rusalka had returned to spoil our nets again. There's no water dripping from your dress, though.
How Vodanoid lives amongst humans. When a Vodanoid's wife is about to give birth, he takes human form, goes to town or a village, finds a midwife and invites her to his underwater domain, after which he offers her a generous reward of silver and gold. People say that one time fishermen caught a child in their nets who was cheerful and played around when he was in the water, but grew sad and cried when brought into an isba. The child turned out to be a child of Vodanoid. The fishermen let him go on one condition: that his father drive as many fish into their nets as possible. The underwater family were true to their word. Vodanoid is quite easy to recognise when he is in his human form. The left flap of his dress always drips water, and whenever he sits he leaves behind a wet seat. Finally, his hair will drip water if he starts to comb it.
Good evening. I'm looking for a boat to get me to the lake.
Are you out of your mind, girl? How did your Balshak let you out of the house in the first place?
Old to the family.
I am not out of my mind, actually. I need to get to the center of the lake to talk to the Vodanoid.
Vodanoid? We've already caught some fish. Why don't you go on your own way?
The rescued fisherman.
You don't have time to object. A fisherman that you saved from the Rusalka comes out of the forest and falls at your feet.
Thank you, kind lady.
After his tale, the rest of the fishermen agree to help you in any way they can.
Oh, thanks, girl. Didn't know you were a knower. Step into that boat as soon as you're ready. We'll get you to where you need to be.
Rightio. Let's go.
You can get on a boat and set off to the meeting with the Vodanoid.
Let's go. I do like their cutscenes in this game. They are very nice. The irony is, I'm recording this video on Halloween, so very, very in keeping. And that is a very big fish.
You come to your senses at the bottom of the lake and take a sharp, panicked breath. You seem to be able to breathe in the water as if it was air. A cry of amazement echoes dully across the silty lake bed. A familiar Rusalka swims up to you from the inky depths.
Water. Water is a hostile element for man. Man has no innate ability to swim, but must learn how to do it. This is where those who know how to swim were considered familiar with evil spirits. In medieval Europe, if a woman surfaced after being thrown into water, she was considered a witch and burnt or tortured. Radio.
Well, what do you know? A witch in Vakula's kingdom.
I haven't been underwater for a long time. You alive, Vasilisa?
How do you like your hospitality, sister?
I can breathe here. How is this possible?
You're a knower. You need at least some knowledge for swimming, and the especially knowledgeable are able to walk underwater.
Has Vakul been expecting me?
Well, he knows quite a bit.
Can you guide me to him?
I can. I don't hold a grudge towards you.
Did you take the brine?
Vakul is the one who manages everything that's in the water, the salt as well. I'm just a Rusalka.
You again. Why don't I deal with you right now?
Here? In my home? Besides, who would guide you to Vakul? You won't make it here without me.
All right, let's go talk to your Vakul.
You should be more polite. You're in his domain after all. Follow me. First, we'll go to the village through the forest, and then from the Drowners Circle, it won't take us long.
Stop! Don't swim so fast!
Keep up, witch!
And here we go, folks. But I think this is a good place to put a cut in before we set off on a new adventure. We are at the bottom of the lake, and you can see there are a lot of things here. Old monuments, standing stones. You have to remember that throughout history the sea levels have risen as well. Before human, I said it probably before human enhanced global warming, you had basically the melting of the ice caps. Well, the retreat from the last ice age, which did increase sea levels in an early part of what we call like human history. Basically, like in the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, well, in the Mesolithic and in the Neolithic, the sea levels rose, and a lot of places got submerged. There's a lot of low-lying areas. If you look at Britain, a really good example of this is the Scilly Isles, where the Scilly Isles, if you look at them from the air, they're much bigger. They were much bigger than they used to be. You can sort of see the outline of where the islands used to be underwater, and this is a context, which is that in the Scilly Isles there are a lot of archaeological sites and burial mounds and monuments in a very closely packed location, and this is predominantly to do with the fact that what we count as the Scilly Isles now was actually the top of hills, and the top of hills were largely used in prehistory for sites like this. And it's just one of these things, like a lot of places get buried under the water. The Mediterranean is a really good example of this. The Mediterranean has a lot of sunken like settlements off coasts where the sea level has risen and inundated them. This thing happens all the time. I mean, you have it in Scotland everywhere, like bodies of water rise a lot throughout history, and they have all kinds of secrets in their depths. But that's for next time, folks. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been a very Halloween recorded Black Book, and I'll see you all again next time. Goodbye.